We've been talking a lot about privacy. What is it that an organization needs to do technically? What safeguards, non technically, to ensure that the privacy is well maintained? In this video, we are going to talk about it. Welcome to my YouTube channel where you regularly see new content on privacy, and we are going to talk about the reasonable security safeguards that have been defined under the DPDP Rules 2025. So, what are these reasonable security safeguards? Simple technical controls, which means how would you use technology where you are collecting the information, storing the information, processing the information, including even deleting the information, the way you share it with the third parties. Organizational control, where you have SOPs of everything, very clearly defining how the information would be handled and processed. And risk based approach, where you are preparing yourself and trying to spot out where are the risk areas in your system so that you can plug in those risks and move on with it. So let's look at the technical safeguards first. Encryption, very old subject. You apply an algorithm and change the format of the data such that without the decryption key or without the encryption key, someone cannot read the data, cannot use the data. Access control, you provide access only to people who are authorized, and you are very careful. 2 points. One, only to people who are authorized. Why are they authorized? Because they have to do something with the data. It might be looking into the data, it might be processing the data, right? Apart from the fact that it could be deleting and all. And with that comes up the point that access control also includes the fact that access control is given to people with rights. Are you allowed to only look at the data? Are you allowed to change the data? And are you allowed to even delete the data with required authorizations? Monitoring. Who monitors what is happening with the data? Who monitors the overall processing activities? Vulnerability management. What if there is a gap? What if there are issues? Who manages the vulnerability concepts? That is, hacking and other things. Who creates a security around the actual data so that the data does not get compromised, does not get hacked? Then you come to the organizational safeguards. What are your policies? Policies could include, again, there has to be an access policy, there has to be an encryption policy. If data is moving out, there has to be an anonymization policy, right? There has to be a retention policy. So what kind of policies does the organization have? Is the staff well trained? And when we say staff well trained, one part of it is the people who are technically taking care of data. The second part of it is people who need to handle the data, who are processing the data. And apart from that, overall organization, because I may not be the one who handles the HR data, but if I know the date of birth of a colleague which he does not want me to share, then I need to be careful about it. Vendor controls, contracts does not necessarily mean only outsourcing business. Even otherwise, you are dealing with people who supply equipment to your organization. They have your contact details. Are you having sufficient privacy clauses in their contracts? Least privileges. Anyone who has access control would get the minimum possible required privileges on the data. Then comes the risk-based security. Is it proportional to risk? For example, if the risk is very small, or the chances of risk you have already covered under technical or organizational measures, is it worth spending more on the security over there? Or if the risk is large, has it gone out of your mind that you have not been able to protect yourself? The higher the risk, the stronger controls you need, so you need to be very, very careful at that end. And finally, overall big picture says security is what helps you form the trust, meet compliance requirements, and keep your data resilient. And the repetition of the same thing, trust, the most important business factor, trust. People are sharing their personal information. Some are allowing you to even track their location when they are otherwise on holiday, because for a purpose, because they are expecting that you are not going to misuse their information, not even sell, and the information does not go out anywhere. You need to make sure that you maintain their trust so that they keep working with you in times to come. So that's about the reasonable security safeguards and the clauses that the DPDP rules has put in November 2025. I hope you like the content of the video. Please press the bell and the like icon. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and share your feedback in the comment section. Thank you.